don't want to try to make it seem like this is like the grand majority of women, but I'm just saying that these are the types of women that they're trying to say represent all of us as Black women or as Western women in general. And it's not even just about what the world thinks, it's about yourself and your self-worth as a woman. Like, you deserve better than that. You deserve to have a man that's for you. Okay, so y'all, I'm looking at this story of NBA YoungBoy. Remember how they were talking about last year how he had welcomed baby number 11 and by 9 different baby mamas, and there was this big uproar about that. So I'm seeing a story that I'm reading that allegedly he has says that he welcomes his 12th child with his 10th baby mama. So apparently, I guess the baby was born last year and they just didn't talk about it or something. They didn't put it in the news, or they didn't tell anybody, or not really sure what happened. Yeah, I'm just like I don't even know what to even say about this. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to take this as a teaching moment here for my young women watching this, because it's like, when I'm seeing stuff like this guy, this NBA YoungBoy, Cam Newton, who else? Nick Cannon, these 3 musketeers of guys that just have multiple kids with multiple women. I mean, this guy and Nick Cannon literally take the cake. Okay, I know Cam Newton had his ordeal, but this takes the cake. And this boy is only 24 years old. Yeah, 24 years old, and he has welcomed his 12th child with a 10th baby mama. Like, young ladies, we're gonna have to do some schooling here on your self-worth and your morale as a woman. Just because a man has some money does not mean that you need to be running to sign up to be his baby mama number 10 or baby mama number anything. These guys, and I don't know if you've ever seen any of NBA YoungBoy's the way that he talks about his baby's mothers, but he's very disrespectful. He babbles. Like, you can barely even understand the words that are coming out of his mouth. Like, I don't even know how these girls are even getting to know him enough to even lay down with them. Like, you can barely even understand what he's saying. Like, he's very just, his mindset is like, why would you even want to give your body to a man like that? I really just don't get it. Like, I mean, maybe at least with Nick Cannon and Cam Newton, maybe they got a little bit a polish, a little bit of class about themselves. But this dude, come on now. I feel like a lot of women have an issue with poly, meaning the 3-way relationships or sharing a man relationships. But a lot of y'all are in those type of relationships, but just don't want to call it that. A lot of women, especially these younger women, are signing up left and right to be a baby mama to these rich rappers and these rich entertainment guys, signing up left and right to be their baby mama number 9, 10, 11, 12. And don't even realize that you're technically in a poly relationship anyway. I mean, my thing is, this is one of the things that I've observed about, like, just women in general. Not all of us, obviously, because I don't think like this, but I really think a lot of women don't mind sharing a man as long as there's a big dollar amount attached to it. I think a lot of women will claim that they don't want to share their man. My man got to be for me. But if that was the case, then y'all would not be running left and right to sign up to be a baby mama to a fool like NBA YoungBoy, Cam Newton, Nick Cannon. Like, you would not be signing up to be one of many. You're basically one of his concubines if you really actually only wanted to have a man for yourself. Because there's plenty of men out here that don't have kids or, or at least don't have more than one or two baby mamas, that you could very well be with and date, and there'll probably be a better option. They'll probably actually take care of your kids. It's like when women are doing this type of stuff, these young girls are signing up to be baby mama to these guys. You're not thinking about the child. You're thinking about yourself. You're thinking about your own pockets. You're thinking about what you can get out of it. And you're bringing these kids into the world that are not going to have a family unit. They're barely ever going to see their father, if ever. And a lot of these dudes are not even really good men for real. And they probably don't even want to have anything to do with you or the child. So I don't understand this mindset. I really think it's a low self-esteem thing. Like maybe some of these girls think that they just can't do no better. Maybe they think they can't make money on their own, so they got to get pregnant by a rich rapper. But something's got to shake. To be perfectly honest, as a woman, I'm embarrassed. Every time stories like this come out, another girl that signed up to be a baby mama to a rapper, that with no commitment, he's not even claiming her as his girlfriend. She's just a jump off that he snuck around with behind the scenes. Every time these type of stories come out, I'm embarrassed as a woman, because we already have a lot hanging over our heads, especially as Black women. Not all Black women are signing up and doing this type of crazy shit, but when we're seeing so much of this, a lot of that is getting put onto our shoulders of people who are not doing it, and we're kind of like a prisoner of war to all of these stereotypes that are perpetuated about Black women because of stuff like this. And of course, people are only going to highlight, like, these types of stories are going to circulate and highlight, and that's what people are going to assume, that every Black woman is like this, every Black woman thinks like this, and all the rest of us, we're prisoners of war, and we're the ones who get the brunt of it. We're the ones who have to suffer as a result of it. Like, really just think about the mentality behind this, ladies. Like, even when I was just watching a few weeks ago when that Cam Newton story came out about how he said that he doesn't want to get married, or he wants to get married but he's not ready yet. He's taking his time. He has a girlfriend right now that I think is pregnant. I think she's his baby mama number 3. He already has 8 kids. And you know, the lady, I forget her name, I just can't think of her name right now, but who was interviewing him asked him, she asked him he said that he wanted more kids. Right? Girlfriend's pregnant right now. He wants more kids. And the lady who interviewed him asked him, so you want kids with more women? Like, how do you want this to come about? He's like, just however God brings them to me. Just however God brings them to me. So what does that tell you? That tells you that you are nothing more than a collectible item to this man. You're nothing more than another accessory. That's all you are. You're another trinket, another toy for this rich guy to play with. You're just another part of his collection of things. You and your child are not important to him. I'm sorry, but that's what I'm seeing. Because anytime you got a pregnant girlfriend and you talking about you want more kids, but you didn't say nothing about having them with her, you just want God to give them to you. Oh, give them to you by who? You, me, this girl, that girl, anybody? Apparently he's not very picky or choosy. And then it's like you wonder why men don't respect you. You got to understand how men think. And that's the reason why I had started my segment called Spilling the Tea, which I'm going to be doing more videos on for young women specifically, because a lot of young women really need, some young women get it. They got it. They're doing well. They're focusing on themselves, and they're not, having sex with different guys, and they're doing the right thing. But some of these young women following Sexy Red and Sukihana and all of them are still very much lost in the sauce, and they need some serious intervention before they literally ruin their life, if they have not already ruined their life. Because just from pure observation of the way that I see how men move, a lot of men, the way that they look at having women and children is, like I was saying before, it's almost kind of like you're another toy, like you're a collectible item. Like, this is a man who's very wealthy. He has all of these things. He really doesn't have any reason to settle down with just one woman. He can, like he said, take his time. He's already 40 some years old. He might not be ready to get married until he's looking for his hospice wife. He might be 60 some years old, you know, having heart issues, you know, high blood pressure and all of that. Now he's all of a sudden, now he's ready to settle down and have a wife. And after he's ran through all of these girls, made all of these babies with all of these different women, you know, and not just Cam Newton, but this guy included, or anybody else who thinks like him, all of a sudden, and then when they're damn near ready to croak, now they're gonna want to marry more than likely a woman who doesn't have any of that life experience. Like, open your mind, like open your eyes and like really see like what is actually going on here. Because I mean, my thing is, you already know that these guys are not taking care of these kids. They might take care of them financially, but these kids are not going to actually have their father around, and they're going to grow up with resentment issues, and then they're going to grow, and then we're going to have more people in society who have daddy issues, who blame their mom for everything because their dad wasn't around. So everybody blames everything on the single mother. Everybody's going to put the blame on you, even though you're the parent that stayed and the father was just out here planting seeds here, there, and everywhere. Guess what? They're not going to blame him. They're going to blame you. Your kids are going to blame you for everything. The world is going to blame you as a woman for every single thing. So at least make it easier on yourself by making better choices. And I don't want to try to make it seem like this is like the grand majority of women, but I'm just saying that these are the types of women that they're trying to say represent all of us as Black women or as Western women in general. And it's not even just about what the world thinks. It's about yourself and your self-worth as a woman. Like, you deserve better than that. You deserve to have a man that's for you. And you deserve to be more than just a collectible item that a man can just put on his roster and keep you in his, you know, and come see you and sleep with you whenever he feels like it, and then goes out here and does the same thing with 10, 20 other women. Like, you deserve more than that. You are better than that as a woman. And you got to have self-esteem and self-worth about yourself so that you don't just sign up to be somebody's concubine. And I cannot stress that enough. I don't care if I sound redundant, if I sound too repetitive or whatever, but I'm gonna just keep saying it, because at the end of the day, it's the truth. And that's what women need. That's what these young girls need to hear. And I really just feel like it's just not enough of us that's really actually addressing these issues and like really schooling these young, not just blaming them or not just like ridiculing them, but actually just schooling them on the mindset of men and the repercussions of their decisions in the present and in the future. So anyways, I'm not going to go on too much of a rant with this, but so 24 years old, 12 kids, 10 baby mamas, absolute mess, you know. And but make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, and make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you can get notified of whenever I upload a new video. And I want you guys to, especially if you're a young woman, to stay tuned for my Spilling the Tea series, where I really go into how men think. Because a lot of times, a lot of these young women don't understand how men think, and they end up getting screwed over. They end up making a lot of choices because they're trusting these guys and they're not seeing past the bull crap. And it's detrimental. So anyway, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.